hello. Welcome to CKCSD. Today we have a very special guest with us. I must say their personalities are, well, very unique. First we'll hear from a goldite and a silver bug. Or wait, I mean gold bug and silverite. Yeah, that's it. Afterwards we'll visit with Cornelius Vanderbilt at his railroad site. And don't get too excited, he's quite a hoot. Finally, we'll spend the rest of our afternoon with Chief Joseph. Whoopee! He and I are tight. I think you're gonna like him too. So let's get this show on the road, kids. Today we're going to talk with Farmer Brown, who is a silverite, and Joseph Chamberlain, who is a gold bug. Okay, so since I'm a little slow and everything, what exactly is the bimetallic standard?
Well, you see, the bimetallic standard is when the U.S. backs up money with both gold and silver.
Okay, so what in your opinion, Farmer Brown, do you think should back up U.S. currency? And do you support the bimetallic standard?
Well, you see, I want both gold and silver to back it up because that way it will cause inflation and then the dollar will be worth less.
Okay, I think we only have time for one more question. What benefits would you gain from the silver or bimetallic system?
Well, I would gain cheaper farm equipment and it would be cheaper to purchase items. So really, it's just a big benefit.
That's stupid.
Okay, well, what do you think is so great about gold?
Well, in the gold standard, it causes deflation. So basically, when my products are sold, I make more money.
Well, that was a riveting discussion. Very interesting. Now we're going to head down to the railroad station with Chuck Norris to hear from Cornelius Vanderbilt. Over to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Lucy. I'm here with Cornelius Vanderbilt, and we're just going to talk about his life a little bit. First, I've heard you've been called Commodore. How'd you get your nickname?
I earned my nickname because I borrowed money to start a steamship company from my mom, and I became a ferryman between Staten Island and New York City. And I became rich off of this boat business, earning me the nickname.
That's very cool. What made you, or I heard that you actually donated your largest steamship to the Union Army. What made you make that decision?
Well, I tried to do it at the beginning of the war, but they wouldn't accept it because they thought it was too generous. So later on, once the Confederates manufactured the Virginia, the Union realized that they really needed a ship. So then they finally accepted my offer, and then I continued to make it into more of a battleship, and then that's pretty much they staffed it with their best officers.
Very cool. As we all know, you had a very public dispute with Jay Gold. How did that start?
Well, I decided to start my own railroad business after my steamboat business. So I sold all my steamboats, and then I started with the railroads, and I became in a dispute with Daniel Drew, who was the treasurer of the Erie Railway at the time. And to get revenge, I cornered stock in the Erie Railway against him, and which started the Erie War, and it brought me in conflict with Jay Gold because of this. And after a lawsuit about watered stock in defiance of state law, and Gold never got over that, so he has always had a grudge against me.
Well, I'm sure we're all dying to know. What made you get into the railroad business?
Well, I figured I had the steamboat business pretty much well in hand, and I became a millionaire off that, so I decided I wanted to try something else, so I just decided to sell all my steamboats and my business and decided to just get into railways.
Very cool. I believe that's all the time we have. Back to you, Lucy.
Thanks, Chuck. Now we are going to take a quick commercial break. BRB! Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the commercials. Now we are going to hear from Chief Joseph, and he is going to tell us about his people's story. Hello, Chief Joseph. I am very pleased to have you here with us today.
Why, thank you. I am glad that I get a chance to share my people's story.
Well, why don't you start with telling us your people's story?
I am chief of the Nez Perce. We lived happily ever after until the white men had intruded on our land.
And how did that make you feel?
I felt betrayed. We were already moved on a reservation. Now they moved us onto another one, from 7 million acres to 780,000 acres.
Oh, then what did you do after that?
I didn't allow anyone to commit violence. I tried to make peace with them. But when they threatened us with war, I had to accept.
That's cool, that's cool. Then what happened?
Well, during the trip, some of my men had killed 4 white men. So to avoid war, we fled to Canada.
Yes, you're a very wanted man. How did you get that? Go about that.
Well, for 3 months, we outmaneuvered them and battled them for 1,600 miles. Then after a devastating battle, I had to surrender, less than 40 miles away from our destination.
You surrendered? Must have been hard for you. Did they, force you to agree with ridiculous things?
No, I negotiated safely, but then again, they forced us to move on unheated rail carts and moved us to a reservation. Many of my people died of the white men diseases.
You didn't stop trying, though, right?
Of course not. I went to talk to President Rutherford Hayes to plead our case. Then we were taken to the Pacific Northwest. However, I was taken away from all my people. But still today, I still hope that America's promise of freedom and equality will be fulfilled for our people.
Wow, your people's story is just so interesting. Good luck with everything, and it was great having you today. Thank you, Chief Joseph. Welcome back to the studio, everybody. It is Lucy Malo once again. Hope you enjoyed our program, and good night, world.